Today we're going to take a look at a 511 pack that's a little bit different than you might be used to. Well, that's right, folks. Welcome to another episode here at the channel. We're looking here at the 511 Dart 24 pack. Now, I believe 24 stands for like the amount of hours that you should be able to carry in this. It's a 30-liter pack. But what's different about this is that 511 has produced a low-profile backpack, integrating some of their classic features from many of their classic designs, but also some new features I don't see usually on a lot of backpacks in this size range. So I'm really looking forward today to showing you what this item has to offer, some of its unique features, unique access points, and some of the things that might really set this apart as something that you're interested in, that you've been looking for, that you haven't been able to find from other manufacturers in the past. So this has a lot of uniqueness to it that I think a lot of you might really connect to. So let's go ahead and jump to it and see what this Dart 24 from 511 has to offer. Well, here we are, folks, tabletop. Really want to go in depth with you on this video, really show you what concepts 511 is doing. And this is what I really appreciate with 511 is that this does just have a lot of new ideas, concepts, some hidden features of augmentation that you can do to really try to custom fit this to a lot of users. I really believe the idea in giving it a very low profile feel to it. So let me give you some basic specs first off. And I've been using this for about a month now, every day for my daily EDC. Have trekked a few open spaces near the home, a couple miles with my pack loaded with about 15 pounds. So that I have a good feel for if you had to walk to a bus stop, or if you did use this, you know, you're on vacation or you're on a business trip and then you have one extra day, you know, you have 8 hours before your flight and you want to hit a quick trail locally. What would this be like to hit, you know, a couple miles on a trail? And so had a really good feel for the ins and outs and layout of the design. And just some basic specs for you out of the gate. This is made out of 420 denier nylon, and then the one color, because there are 4 color combinations that they offer to you. The heather gray version is 300 denier, so they lightened it up even a little bit more. The dimensions on this are going to be, as I read off my chart here, 18.5 inches high. It's going to be 11 inches wide and then 7 inches deep, equaling 1,830 cubic inches or 30 liters. So that's the full size. Now this is fully stuffed out. I don't usually have it quite this beefed out. I just wanted to make sure that to kind of show you what the capability and size is right out of the gate for you. This will be a water resistant nylon, and the cool thing is the 2 main zipper compartments right here are going to have sealed zippers on them, which is kind of cool for water resistant capability. So a light downpour, this would definitely keep your gear and technology dry inside. And this is all going to have YKK zippers all the way around. All the plastics are high quality plastics, D-Flex polymers, so very dense, durable plastics, the clips and the tie-offs and all that type of thing. Now, as we walk around the bag, one of the first features you see again is that streamlined capability. The cool thing is that they do have nice water bottle pouches on the outside with good heavy duty elastic bands, and then the mesh below that's a good heavy duty mesh. So you can see here I have my EDC medical kit that'll easily ride in there. The cool thing is that it has a back pocket as well, so you can fit other slim items, documentation, paperwork somebody hands you really quick, different things like that on the back side. So you basically are getting 2 pockets on each side. It'll easily hold my 48-ounce silo Nalgene, so that's really good. That's always a huge plus for me. So I love the outside pockets that they offer to you. You know, I got like little butt wipes in there in case I run out of toilet paper. That's always the worst when you're out and about. And then it also does not have any compression sideways. So that's one thing to note, is that there's no compression for the bag. What you kind of see in the width right here, this is fully expanded. You can get it a little bit less if you don't have as much stuff in there, but it is kind of a boxy frame. It will be off your body a little bit further than some other slimmer, taller packs that are maybe like 20 inches. So that's something to consider depending on how you like the profile of your bag. It's not overly bulky by any means, but it is a more boxy frame than a more rectangular frame. And other than that, no other MOLLE or anything like that. The bottom is free of any sort of attachments. It's got a nice durable durable, heavy-duty bottom, and no badges. There's no Velcro paneling. There's no 511s, you know, slapped anywhere. It even has just their little tiny logo right down here, and it's a rubberized piece that you could easily snip off if you want even lower profile. And right over here on the shoulder, it also says 511, but it's in kind of a rubberized thing that you could easily snip off. And then no one would even know what brand if you need to go even lower profile in certain situations. So I appreciate that about 511. Some companies have got their crap slapped all over the place, and that's kind of a nuisance, particularly if you're wanting to go low profile, and this offers that. Now, before we start getting into all the compartments and pockets, I just want to show you, and you're probably already noticing, that it has this kind of, it's not a roll top, but it's kind of designed like a roll top with a big main zipper into the main compartment. There's no side zipping or anything like that. And then this big roll, basically, with these compression straps on the side that you see here. And that allows you to really open up the mouth very large, which is good because there are no, it doesn't kind of side zip or anything like that, so that you can really get into the main compartment. And then when you stuff it down, you cinch that thing down, and you've got that nice feel. Now, these are extra long. You could snip those off and kind of roll them back up if you want to. And then these are very easy to grab and loosen up to then unzip if you needed to. I normally don't need to do that when I get into the main compartment, even if I'm getting my iPad out or things like that. But I just want to kind of show you that's how the top is designed, as kind of a top, not roll, but compression in a similar design of a roll top. Now, one thing that I really like about the design is there are two vertical pockets that go almost the entire length of the bag. And what's really cool is that one goes up, one goes down. The one that goes up, you're going to be able to find lots of gear in. It has a MOLLE compatible wall, so you can really mount things really nicely to it, and gives you a lot of depth, and it will be the width of the bag. So you're looking at basically 11 inches almost in depth there. So you're going to get a lot of gear on that one side, and that's the one that zips up. And then they have another one on the opposite side underlaying that one that you zip down, and that one is going to be your admin pouch. It's going to have all sorts of little pockets and areas for all of your pens and flashlights. It even has a key keeper near the top. So it offers you quite a bit of quick access on the outside of the bag to a lot of organization. It's not just some dump pouch, that dump bag that you just kind of got to organize yourself. Lots of layout on the outside of the bag, but you wouldn't know it because of the way they designed it, making it very accessible, but also very streamlined. And then on the back here, you can see we have that coated zipper right there, large pocket, fleece line. One of my favorite aspects to 511 bags is they give you large fleece line pockets for technology and sunglasses. So I got my custom knockarounds in there, and then I got my phone and plenty of room to spare. That's a very large compartment. You could almost get like a mini iPad in there. It's very good. And now let's go ahead and go to that main compartment. It has, again, that sealed zipper there. One zipper pull, very large. Going to open up. You have a big, giant main dump compartment, but there is some organization. And again, you can use those compression straps to really open up that mouth if need be. So I have my entire iPad book organizer fits in there. Plenty of room to spare all the way down in there. That high-vis yellow with highlights of gray. So lots and lots of space in there. You could definitely get a full-size laptop without issue down in this main compartment. But one really cool feature is that it has a removable rigid panel that is designed to hold a laptop, iPad, whatever, that is Velcroed in quite securely. So if you want to, you can just slide it completely out. It does have a little catch pouch down here. Lots of organization for pens, cables, different things that you may want. It is off the bottom of the bag. That's another really big plus, so that if you were to drop it, there is a little bit of give if you did have any sort of technology in here. Good little grab handle. Plenty of room. You can see there it's got so much space. This is a full sheet of paper. I've got a full-size iPad, and I mean, this thing is just like floating around in there. I don't have measurements on how big a laptop, but this is one of the bigger like laptop style compartments I've ever seen. So I would imagine most full-size laptops, and if not, you can just slide it into the main compartment in general. So it's got those two large strips of Velcro that will adhere to the Velcro strips that are inside the main compartment, or we can unzip the CCW compartment like so. And that's going to give us walls of Velcro for a concealed carry firearm again, or these strips. And then slide that bad boy right in there. Now my tablets and everything fit in there. Zip it right up. It's Velcroed in. giving you that nice rigid feel right there up against the body of the bag. And then just leaving the main compartment as a big dump compartment if you're wanting to carry a lot of larger, bulkier items, but still have the space for your laptops, technology, and organization. And without difficulty, you can now either go in the side and get access to pens, tablets, things that you would want, or open the entire top compartment and gain access to all your technology that way. So very ingenious, and that board will give you definitely some extra rigidness. You could completely remove it and not use it at all. That would make the bag a little looser, not as rigid in the setup, but the board that organizational panel is adhered to is kind of the rigid plastic frame that gives a little bit more strength and load-bearing capability to the bag itself. So very cool with the versatility layout of that internal panel in the main compartment that can swap back and forth. So that's a very cool feature. One thing that I did want to note is that because, again, you can't zip it to the sides, you basically have to, if there's something at the bottom, you're gonna dig all the way down and reach it out. So that is a little bit of a drawback to the overall design, but the compartment on top is, and the mouth is so wide that you're not really fighting to try and get down in there, but there won't be any side access to that main compartment. So just consider that when you're thinking about the layout of your gear and how quick you want access to the bottom of the main compartment. Now that we've looked at all organization, how does it ride and what are the features with the carrying capability of the backpack? Now this is a little bit different than almost any other 511 I believe that I've seen and that I've ever tested out, in that it has a kind of like heavy duty rope sewn in at the top where they've attached the shoulder straps with double stitching, so very tough, very durable. It's going to hold up to a lot of weight, a lot of abuse, but it gives you a lot of kind of rock and play on how you want it to canter on your shoulders. I didn't find it wanting to slide off on my shoulders, but in comparison to what other 511s are on the market that are more yoke based, you know, they're all sewn in and have a yoke, I prefer the yoke system over this system. This isn't a drawback, but it was just sometimes I would put the backpack on and then have to kind of shrug my shoulders a little bit to get it to align properly and have the weight balance properly versus those yoke system ones that 511 usually uses on the Rush series, on now the Amp series. You don't have to do that. They're stationary, they have no movement. This does give you a little movement. Some people may like that. Some of you may not. So that's something right out of the gate. It carries the load fine and it doesn't cause any pinching or hot spots. It's just a different way that they've decided to lash the shoulder straps to the actual backpack. Now the shoulder straps themselves, very classic and iconic of what you would expect from 511, you know, contouring. They have the stage sternum strap, which is huge. I love that aspect. Anytime that I have the ability to stage a sternum strap and remove it is a major selling point for me, particularly if it's an everyday carry backpack, because when I go to the office, I don't like a sternum strap either strapping it on, I don't clip it on, and I don't want it just flapping all over the place unconnected, and it just gets annoying when they're on those tracks and they're not removable. So I really appreciate the fact that they are still keeping with that system they've been using for a long time, that either you can use it if you're carrying heavy loads, you're bicycling with this, you're running with it, you know, you got to cinch it down and, you know, it's a rainstorm, you got to run a mile home or something like that. If you want to, you can, or you can completely remove it when you're just going around town to the office and you're taking it on and off really quickly. So huge plus there. Now with most 511 bags in this size range, no sternum, or no belly strap to speak of. They do give you the attachments that you could buy your own, but again, me trying to find the right color combination to match this is going to be very difficult. So I really wish that 511 would start offering just a simple nylon clip with the same type of, you know, clips that they have here, nylon belt and clip, for a belly strap. That would really give it some extra versatility of cinching it down for those of you who are maybe motorcyclists, bicyclists, and those who might run with this thing to get somewhere. You know, you just want that extra, you know, versatility to be able to have a removable belt strap would be a huge win, I believe. And I hope 511 just starts offering those in the future for an extra $1 they can put them on the packs. Now something else you don't see with a lot of 511s is that we have a really nice channel right here for breathability, but then a really good foam ribbed with mesh over it, 2 panels here for a lot of wicking capability, get it off your back a little bit, give you a little more cushion. I really like it. It works really well. Now if you use a backpack regularly, you know after 10-15 minutes if you're exerting yourself, you're going to start sweating, but this will help it dry out faster and will keep it off of your back instead of just a big giant piece of, you know, nylon or vinyl up against your back and it's causing tons of sweat, at least there's an air channel and some good cushion there, so it doesn't create any hot spots when you're walking around to the office, around town, commuting, you know, whatever it may be. Now, as I showed you earlier with that big main compartment there, right here on the side, we got those 2 zippers that'll open up. And that's where that panel for organization is. That's also where you can put your CCW, and they put zipper pulls that are very nice, easy to grab on either side that'll zip down and run very easily, so you can shove your hand in there and pull out a firearm if you did want to carry it there. Big plus if you want to have a CCW. They've really thought that out for ambidextrous access to the concealed carry compartment, or again, if you have the admin panel in there, you can easily, you know, access some of the pens and smaller items through the side panels. So that's really good, and those don't tend to get in the way. Then it does have a really nice, you know, toggle here to hang your water bladders. The curious thing is I have looked everywhere and there is no nozzle port. So when you zip this up for your straw on your water bladder, when you zip this up, there are no holes to run the bladder through. That was very odd to me. I don't know why they did that. You do have 2 options of just running the bladder. You know, you zip your zipper down halfway, the straw is going to come out here, and then you can run it through your pack, or you could use even the side panels right here and kind of zip it up, have the straw come right up through those rope attachments and then run through. So it's not a deal killer, it's just odd, and I always like dedicated pockets or cutouts, if you will, for bladder straws. Now it makes it super easy, you never have to worry about feeding it because you're just going to zip down that compartment and run it however you would want to run it, but no dedicated hole for your bladder that I can see anywhere on the design. So it is hydration compatible, but it doesn't have the hole. So all in all, folks, I really appreciate the direction that 511 is going in cutting down on some weights and bringing it down to the 420 denier nylon. I love, again, they always keep it at high quality items, keeping the YKK zippers and the D-Flex type of plastics. And they've really thought through, I mean, I'm just tongue-tied today. They've really thought through the layout, and I really appreciate the layout overall, except for that little bladder faux pas, if you will. And again, if they've hidden it somewhere, they've hidden it so well that I can't find it. I spent like 15 minutes playing around trying to find the bladder hole and I just couldn't find it. So, other than that, it is unique and it is a little bit of a boxier feature, but it has a lot of capability at 30 liters that you could definitely do like a long extended like Friday through Sunday business trip, go see family without having to carry some extra bag or larger bag, because of how big you can really make it and really stuff it out and still organize everything on the outside. It's not like all the admin pouches are inside and then you lose space. So I really appreciate that, the ins and outs that they came up with that admin board being able to be transitioned where you might want to give it so that you can organize different things in different ways. Lots of options with this bag and in a very low profile way. So I love that. And for the price of MSRP 120, that's really impressive to me that they're not wanting, you know, a ton more money. You know, they're not asking 160, 180 for this bag. At $120 MSRP, you're getting a lot of bang for buck. Now, I did purchase this, so you can check out all the links that we offer to you below over to Backcountry, over to Amazon, Blade HQ, even Knockaround Sunglass Company. It really helps us out continue to get out there and buy gear just like this so I can give you guys my full, honest, comprehensive feedback. As of right now, I am not seeing this bag on Amazon when I'm creating this content, so you will have to go over to 511 or go to one of their brick and mortar stores and check it out over there. Down the line, I'm sure that they will begin to offer it, and as soon as I see it on Amazon, I will have those links for you guys. But for the price, you are getting a lot of versatility, and I think will meet a need for a lot of people that are looking for that low profile feel without having to break the bank, but still giving you tactical layouts with MOLLE compatibility, CCW compartments, and out external water bottle pouches, which is what I always try to find in my everyday carry bags. So lots of versatility, guys, on this Dart 24. I hope this video has been informative, helped you guys out, and helped you make a decision on whether or not this is going to be the right commuting, everyday carry, adventure bag for you, or if there's other stuff on the market that's just better placed or better laid out for you. That's what we always want to do here at the channel. Please subscribe if you're not a current subscriber. Hit that bell icon and make sure that the videos show up regularly in your news feed. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, all the social media, throwing up stuff there as well. And finally, guys, always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.